Hello guys, how are we doing? So, the Kha'Zix buffs are indeed out, and I'm sure we're all having fun getting back to Kha'Zixing all over the place. I know I sure am, and I wanted to check in on one of the best Kha'Zix players known to man, which is the best Chinese Kha'Zix, Qiuyi. Yes, he is back and playing with the buffs, and so I wanted to do a video on him and see how he plays the bug boy in the current patch. That's pretty much it. We're gonna check him out and see what he's up to. Now if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Also make sure to drop a like if you like what you see and want to support the channel. Helps me out guys, and I'd very much appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into this Kha'Zix game with Qiuyi. Alright guys, here we go. This is Qiuyi in his natural element in the jungle, playing with the new Kha'Zix buffs. Now, yeah, I really want to see how he's playing with them, because I've been watching him for the past 2 weeks or so, and he has been making Kha'Zix look insanely good, to be honest. And you know, he's still as clean as ever with the bug boy. So I thought, let's go over a video of how he's playing with the buffs. And you can see that his rune page is Archivist with Legend Haste and Coup de Grace. So pretty standard Kha'Zix page, nothing too special. But the thing here is that he has Ignite. So something I've seen a few Kha'Zix players do recently, which is run Ignite instead of Flash. So it seems to be pretty good. I really enjoy the impact it has in the early game, especially. Like, you can early to mid game, you can fight a lot of champs just with that Ignite, and it's really powerful in that regard. So yeah, we're gonna see it in action and see how it goes. So it looks like he's starting top to bot, and I typically don't like starting on blue, ideally, mainly just because it feels like if you're gonna full clear, you may as well just go to Raptors and do that path, and then go back to Raptors and take them. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just trash OC player, but yeah, he's gonna do the Krugs here, and then wow, this is the weirdest invade of the century. Actually gets away with his red. Really unfortunate. That's actually crazy. How the fuck? So something you can do to avoid that is place the ward in the red buff bush while you're going to do Krugs like that, and that way if they're invading your red, you'll know much earlier, and then you can, you know, obviously counter it. But yeah, that was just really unfortunate. So we know Talon's done his top side. Looks like Qiuyi's gonna go for the blue here, manages to get it, looks for the Corki here, not quite. He's gonna get collapsed on here by the enemy bot lane, which is unfortunate. He doesn't have flash, right? So he's got to be a little more careful with his leap. And so he has to take all this damage, but the fight is going to break out here. Looks pretty damn nice. He's going to jump in here, pick up a kill, drop the Ignite on Ziggs. That's going to tick him down, allow the Xayah to kill him. Pretty damn good. And you can see the value of Ignite there, actually. Pretty damn solid. If the Ziggs is not ignited there, I'm pretty sure the Xayah has to flash. So yeah, very good stuff. And he's going to go back onto the map with his juicy serrated Dirk. And yeah, honestly, I'd be pretty annoyed if I lost my red like that. That seems pretty, well, tragic, really. But he gets access to this this crab here. He's got prior topside, and oh, okay. Seems he's going for an invade. Those Raptors are gone, which means Talon is indeed topside. I believe. Wait, did he die? No, I'm not sure if he died in that fight or not. So he could be anywhere, actually. But nevertheless, he's been there, and there's nothing for him to take topside, so he's gonna go back into his own jungle and start taking his Gromp. Now, yeah, I don't really see much else he can do here, and yeah, pretty much that's just how it is nowadays. You gotta farm your camps and just, you know, just take everything off the map as much as possible. And this is kind of what Qiuyi does. You'll notice when he plays, if you've been watching him, he just cleans the map. Like, he just cleans out the entire map and gets as much golden experience as he possibly can. And then you'll see him like fucking level 18 at like 25 minutes. Probably not that exaggerated, but he has a very, very big level advantage further into the game, and that's mainly just because he's so efficient with his pathing and his clears, and he really does prioritize that farm as much as possible, in order to, you know, just get the levels, get the evolutions, get the items, and then you can start jumping over everyone, hopefully. So enemy team is on the dragon, right? So we're gonna go over to grubs here, and you should be able to get all three, no problem, by the looks of it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's any risk of like someone interfering here. Maybe Corky can come along and interrupt him here, but it looks pretty safe to me. Now I think what he does here, yeah, okay, I think he wanted to gank top, but apparently they're all collapsing on him, so that's not going to happen. So you can't even get the third crab. That's kind of crazy. Talon just like walks up after taking dragon and is able to secure that grub. Not fantastic, but oh well. What can you do? I mean, three grubs is kind of overrated. So long as you get one, it's like totally fine. And Kha'Zix unfortunately takes like 50 years to clear the grubs. Even if you're like really efficient with clearing them. Unfortunately, it just takes him a while. But it does take him. It's pretty quick for him to take one grub, right? So typically, like, I see a lot of Kha'Zix players just only taking one. But if you have the chance, obviously, just take two. Anyway, he's evolving Q here, and is now on the bot side of the map on his Krugs, and is looking for something up here. I don't really see him going anything other than Q first. I think that's how he's always been. I don't know. He's definitely a Q evolve player, and so yeah, just the DPS, being able to clear things a lot faster. Q evolve is just the GOAT in my opinion. Now this is interesting, and this is really good knowledge of his champ right here, and you can see that he's double ulting with the move speed and catching up to the Corky because he doesn't have the W. Very interesting. To be honest, I didn't even see him use W, but he's going to be able to chase him all the way down and pick up that kill, which is really, really well played. Okay, I'm not sure if he even... No, maybe the Corky was out of mana actually, and that's why he couldn't use it? If so, that's like super cool that he picks that up, but yeah, still good nonetheless. And he also gets the red buff and the crab, and this looks really fucking good. Like, he just got another kill, and instead of taking his camps, he's gonna decide to recall. This is interesting because I would just like hard greed for the topside camps, but in this case, if Talon isn't actually in the jungle, or, you know, in the bot side of the map, he can actually just protect his camps here and take them before the Talon has a chance to like retaliate. So I think that might have been one of his reasonings for recalling there. And just obviously because he has the Ghostblade, right? Once you have the Ghostblade, you should probably just straight up recall and go for it. This looks good. He doesn't have isolation. Oh my god. Oh wait, his Corky's insane. Oh my... Okay, he could have definitely survived there, but I think he got a bit too greedy walking back in for that Corky, but that was honestly so well played by that Corky. He fucking W'd into the wave in order to stop isolation. I'd be pissed, to be honest. I'd be pissed. Like, no way you're gonna do that to me. No way you're just gonna stand next to a minion and cut my damage in half. No way you're gonna do that. Anyway, here's the Talon. Found him. He doesn't really have much to take, so he's gonna go topside here. Pretty reasonable to me. I don't really see anything else he could do, except we're not gonna go for camps. This is the right play. We're going to go into the enemy jungle and take the topside camps while the Talon is busy bot side, and the Corky is gonna try it.
Wow.
What? What? Okay, interesting. The two component Corky is able to just one-shot him. Just like, what the fuck is Corky, man? What is that? What the fuck is that? That's ridiculous. Oh my god. He doesn't even have an item. Holy shit, Corky's broken. Oh my god, I can't believe he dies there. That's so sad. Wow, I have no words. So he's not able to get the top camps because of that. And he dies for like a considerable amount of time. So that just sucks, man. That absolutely sucks. I'm so upset. Oh my god. How the hell is he that strong without an item? I don't know. Corky's just built different, I guess. Anyway. We can see the Talon on the Raptors in his top side. Not able to take those away, unfortunately. And, yeah, what can you do? What can you do? 80 carries are just weak, I guess. Too weak. But the grubs are up. Let's see what we can do here. He hasn't bought boots yet. So he's just relying on the Yumu's move speed for his mobility. Which is probably pretty much fine for, like, the early game. He decides not to go for grubs. This is interesting. I reckon he's just trying to protect his jungle here, to be honest. I don't really see any other reason for going down here. Find a nice pick onto Corky with the Xayah. And why does the Corky take no damage as well? I mean, like, he actually tickled the Corky there, which is really sad to see. I genuinely don't know why he's so tanky, but yeah, Corky is just a nightmare, I guess. Now he's going to walk up topside after that play in the bot side. And this looks like a free kill. Does Trinimir have ulti? Does he have it? It seems like he does. Okay. So goodbye on. But he is going to be able to pick up this free kill. Very cool. Very nice indeed. And he's also going to get this wave. This is great. And this is what you want as Kha'Zix. You want to be like, oh no, Ornn died. What a shame. Oh, anyway. Just let me just pick up these 2 waves real quick. Just like that. And all of a sudden you are in a fantastic spot because you just picked up a kill and 2 fucking waves, and now you can start snowballing. Now he's higher level than Talon. Does he win this fight? Talon's a very difficult matchup in the 1v1. Can he do it? One more Q. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Make sure that he loses vision of the Talon before he can re-engage with the Talon ultimate. And then he just bursts him down. And generally, like, if you're able to avoid that initial combo from Talon, he doesn't really have much else. So once he avoided the bulk of, you know, Talon's damage, he's able to secure that kill, and that's really nice. Well played. Me personally, when I verse a Talon, I'm just getting one shot left and right, to be honest. I don't like that matchup. It's pretty difficult. I mean, not difficult, but like, it's definitely one of the harder assassins to play around, in my opinion. But yeah, he's gonna recall return topside here. And looks like another kill. Beautiful stuff. Trinimir does not have ultimate yet, so he's able to just jump in there freely. And you might be noticing by now that he's maxing E second. Interesting. You know, this is why I, you know, had the idea of like the Emax second with the buffs, but he was doing that before the buffs, and yeah, seems to be still doing it. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how he does it, but he makes it look good. Me personally, I don't like Emax second, just because W feels like totally useless without some points into it. So what I like to do instead is 3 points in W, and then I max E. And that, to me, that just feels the best. I don't really, yeah, I feel like you can't really get much better than that in terms of ability points. But you know, Emax second for Qiuyi apparently just works like crazy. So let him cook and give it a try if you want. I'm personally not a fan of it, but you know. So he's in the bot side of the map here, and he's got his leap, level 11. Very good stuff. Yes, he is a Giga Chad E-Evolve player. Waiting for the Talon ultimate to expire. Accidentally Q's the Gromp, but that happens. And then what can Talon do? Fuck all. Yeah, very good stuff. And very good follow-up by Nico there. Yeah, it's just super well played. But evolutions, yeah, you can see he does have the E-Evolve. And I've found that he is pretty flexible with his Evos. I think generally he gravitates towards the E-Evolve second. But I think if necessary, he does indeed go W second as well. But if he is fed and can assassinate, you will see him with E-Evolve, no questions asked. Anyway, he has Yumu's, Hubris, and Tiamat. He's gonna... What the... Okay, interesting. He's gonna finally find his revenge on the Corki here. Very good stuff. And yeah, Hubris, Yumu's, and now into Tiamat. He's not even buying boots. I find that kind of hilarious. To be honest, you don't even need them because you have the E with the increased leap range. So that's very nice for map mobility. And you have Yumu's giving you the, you know, all the move speed you could possibly need. So to be honest, who cares about boots, right? Like, who even gives a shit? I mean, so, you know, can totally understand what he's doing here. Grabs the Herald. And now he's going to turn to his jungle, start clearing. And this Tiamat is going to accelerate him like crazy. Because it's going to allow him to clear waves like really, really fast. And, you know, the AoE camps really, really quickly as well. Does not have to use... does not have to like sit around on the AoE camps and, you know, get isolation and take forever to clear them. Also because he's maxing E. The E plus Tiamat combo is really fucking nice. Anyway, he's going to get bush camped here. Oh no! The Q cancels last second. Very sad. Very sad. I think he was a bit caught off guard there. I think if he was ready for that talent, he dies no problem. But yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. And to be honest, like I would have just jumped out, but he knows his limits so well, and he knows that he can kill the talent. You can see that he's using his leap quite a lot for the damage. And if you're maxing E second, that's definitely what you want to try to do, right? You want to be more confident with your E. So, you know, because if you're not, right, like, then you're just not getting value out of the points being put into the E. So make sure you know, if you're going to do this sort of ability path, which is like E max second, then just jump on shit, man. And you'll see him do that quite a bit. And I love it. I love to see it. He has very good like damage calculations with the E. It's kind of wild to see. And then you pair that with Ignite and shit, and it's just like crazy damage. Anyway, he's gonna jump in here, try go for the kill, no Trinity ulti. Very cool. And I don't know if you notice as well, but he also seems like in some scenarios he does save his Q for the execute. Oh, that's a free kill. Holy fuck. I mean, just like that, right? He's not actually in range for a suitable Q there, right? Because if he Qs there on the talent, if he EQs the talent there, he's not in range for the auto attack because he'll spend time casting the Q on the ground. So he instead autos, gets the slow, and then Qs, and then he managed to get the kill there, which is really fucking nice. And he might do it again here. No, he just goes to the Q, gets the reset. There's a nightmare of a Corki in his face, so obviously he can't do anything more there. He has to jump out. Very nice. Oh my god, you're crazy. You're insane. You have no no isolation there either. He could kill him. I mean, Qiuyi can kill the Corki there, most likely. With Ignite, with Tiamat, with E, you know, even when there's no isolation, right? Don't forget that E got buffed, so it does even more damage now. And, yeah, it's definitely something that you should not underestimate by any means. Like, give your E the respect it deserves. And he finally picks up the Profane here, which is great. Let's see what he buys the next. Boots. Nice. CDR boots. So now he has about 30 haste from items, which is good. This is the point where, because he has Profane, he can just start, Profane and Numus, he can just start like clearing shit off the map like crazy. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes bot side here after these camps and just takes the wave, right? Take the wave. I mean, that's what I would do. I would just go ahead and take the wave. But I guess he's just going to walk up with his team here. This Corki looks dead, man. I feel like he should just be on Corki here, but okay. I mean, he's getting the vision. That's chill. Oh, the Talon's there. Okay, interesting. Interesting indeed. He's going to have to jump over this wall or walk around. Jumps over. Nice. Because he has the haste, it really helps with his evolved E cooldown as well. These guys are caught in such a weird position. It is Talon though. But yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything. God damn. You can see his damage is just slowly starting to ramp up like crazy. Having this 3 item spike for assassination, like it's the best you can get. You can't get any better than this. Hubris is active now as well. He is a big fan of Hubris in his games for sure. Finds the Trinamere in isolation. He's actually going to use his Void Assault here. Not something I would have done. I probably would have just jumped out, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. If you have to use it, you know. Don't be too fucking... Oh. Okay, am I the only one that didn't see that Zigzag? I mean, I saw the indicator for it, but I didn't actually see the projectile. What on earth? Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I feel like you shouldn't definitely not have died there, but what can you do? Alright, so next item, it appears to be Serildus. He does not skip on Serildus any game. He always buys Serildus, and for good reason, of course. You need it in order to get that armor pen to counter late game, you know, base armor scaling, and also just people building armor. So pretty much a necessity. But with Qiuyi, I always find that he buys the Warhammer first instead of the Last Whisper. Pretty much every game. Like, he does this every single game. And I guess he just really values the haste. But for me personally, I would just want to sit on the Last Whisper just so I can have that 20% armor pen like while I'm building it. But the haste is definitely, if you feel like you don't need the armor pen just yet, the haste is definitely going to be something that is super valuable for you in the long term. So yeah, can't complain. Anyway, fight. Looks like it's going to break out. Talon seems to be struggling in this game. He's going to go on the Nordless here, find the reset. Boom. Talon manages to get away. Can he go on Corki here? Is this feasible? Corki does this thing again. I mean, he's going to kill him with Ignite and the Pike, but holy fuck. Like, whoever jumps on Corki, the Corki just presses W on top of them, burns them, and then just one-shots them. It's kind of insane. I mean, my goodness, that champion is something else. And unfortunately, the enemy team is going to get the dragon. And I think even Qiuyi is surprised at how fast he's getting one-shot. I mean, I feel like this just should not happen, right? Should it? I mean, should AD carries be able to, like, burst this hard? I don't know, man. I mean, it's better than them dealing 0 damage. I mean, let's be fair, right? If AD carries aren't strong, then the game is in a shit state. Let's be totally honest with ourselves here, because if AD carries can't kill bruisers and tanks, then what can they do, right? And assassins sure as hell aren't going to kill those champs. So, like, the only people you can rely on are the AD carries. And if they can't deal damage, then you kind of just fucked. So, yeah. AD carries must be strong, I copium. Anyway, is this a good play? This seems to be a good play because Nautilus is sightseeing. It appears he is inspecting the red buff wall and the flowers that are on it. Very interesting. He's not able to get the kill, but he does force the flash. And now he's going to sneakily take this wave. This is what you want to do. Juicy stuff. Get yourself closer to level 16 as best you can. He's also going to find the raptor camp here. Very cool. He's going to wait in the bush. Let's see if anyone walks in. At the state he's in, he can easily one-shot the Talon without actually using an auto attack, so long as he hits all of his abilities. So, yeah, he's very, very strong right now, even without Hubris active, because you've got to consider he has 19 stacks of Dark Harvest, and he also has Coup de Grace, which has great synergy with that. So, yeah, he's extremely powerful at the moment, and just needs to find the right opportunity to do something. And stay away from Corki, because, you know. Anyways, he drops pretty low, right, from that fight. And this is good because he's just using his time wisely in a situation where he can't really go for anything aggressive. He's using that time to take his camps. Finds the Corki here. Not the Corki. Talon, as I was saying, like E, Profane, Q, instantly dies. I mean, holy shit. It's either this Talon is Giga Squishy or Qiuyi just a lot of damage, and I'm telling you, it's the latter. Right, 3 items, Emax, level 16 now. Profane Hydro. I like, why the hell people stopped building Profane is beyond me. Please build that item. It's so fucking good, especially with the E changes. Like, it has great synergy with E Evolve and like E Burst. So please build this item. Like, it's so fucking good. And yeah, we're going to go back onto the map, and he finally gets his Sarutas. Level 16 R evolve, right? Qiuyi, very standard, like hyper carry evolution. He has so much damage, and this is the best sort of evolution path to enable that. I do think there is a case for W evolve here as well, because he can sit back and just be a total nuisance to this team with the W evolve, especially considering like he has so much damage that the W evolve is gonna hurt like hell as well. W evolve is also a great poke. Keep that in mind, especially if you have like a lot of AD. This is pretty unfortunate. Gets chunked down. Gonna be jumped by the Talon. Not really much he can do. How the fuck is he alive? Oh my god. Threads the needle with that Talon W. Manages to get out just barely. And this is a scenario where W evolve would be great, but we are not. You know, we are not W evolve enjoyers, right? We like R. QER or nothing. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. And yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna have to reset there. I didn't realize, but the enemy team has 4 Infernal Souls. Infernal Dragons. Well, Infernal Soul. They have Infernal Soul. So, he's got to be, like, extra careful, especially around the Talent and the Corki, because otherwise he's just going to get blown up. Unfortunate. I guess he just didn't have any chances to take the Dragon during this game. I believe that early game, the Talon prioritized the Dragon over Grubs, which might explain the situation they're in now. Makes sense, I guess. And yeah, just unfortunate. But now, what can we do, right? It's late game. Well, at this point, it's basically like mid-late game. We are 5 items, or 4. We have 3 evolutions. What can we do now? We basically just want to look for picks as best we can, and then probably go for Baron. Talent, what the what is Ziggs, man? Ziggs just destroying this game. He does find the pick onto the Talon. And let's see what else he can do. He used his Void Assault. Can he do anything else? He's just going to try and get out here by the looks of it. People are playing bot side. Everyone on the enemy team is playing bot side. His bot lane is dead. What can we do in this situation? Looks like not much. Not much, because Kha'Zix is really just not good in those siege situations, right? He does not want to just like sit in the lane and stare down the enemy team as they push into the base. Like, that's just not what you want to do. It's just not good. So he's going to use his time to just take camps here, and that is what you guys should be doing too. Yeah, because it's just like, you know, it's just really good use of your time instead of just mindless. What the hell? Storm Surge, by the way. Holy shit, there's just so much damage in the game right now. I think we need another durability patch, wouldn't you agree? Oh my god, everyone getting one shot left and right. Crazy, right? It's almost like it's the most fun thing to play instead of like people just never dying. I mean, that's my opinion. Oh my god, Elder Dragon, Trinimir dead. These guys are just gonna get it, and they're gonna melt it. Oh my god, crazy. Here it comes, boom, done. And now we look to contest Baron. Are they gonna stay on Baron? No, it doesn't look like they're going to actually take it. Holy shit, Pyke gets one shot by the Corki. Can we do anything here? We have all cooldowns up. Let's see if we can do something. Fight is going to break out. Nautilus engage. Nice. Nice positioning. Nice positioning by the enemy team. Just running away because they know that if they stay in that point, they're just going to die to Qiuyi here. So, yeah, that was actually really good by the enemy team to back off there in that situation. And also, they have Elder Dragon, right? So, like, the enemy team is at quite a big disadvantage in terms of fighting. Oh my god, this looks bad. This looks bad, bro. This looks really bad. He has no cooldowns up. Talon is on the hunt. Actually trolls the Sire there. Not able to get the Talon either. Oh my god, it's over. Holy shit. That's Do we talk about that? Do we talk about that? If I was Xayah, I'd be very upset because the recall got interrupted. I don't know if she even get it off in time, but you know, that is just unfortunate. Surrender vote comes out. We're pissed. We're pissed. He shoves it to the side. Respect. Game is definitely not over yet, although the enemy team does get Baron. Yeah, it's a very... You might think that like it's a pretty easy team to play against, and you would be true. That would be true if Qiuyi here had like a massive lead, but the reality is that he doesn't. And the enemy team just does so much damage that it can be hard to reliably go in for kills against this team. And that's why, to be honest, I find that the hardest matchups for Kha'Zix are the matchups where you will get one shot like in half a second, which are the assassin matchups basically, and a lot of AD carries nowadays. Like those matchups against heavy burst characters are the hardest to play around. You know, we have all this talk about like bruises and shit one-shotting, but they they're definitely very outplayable towards the mid-late game. And so yeah, like I'm saying, the hardest thing is just like playing against a fully scaled team that can just one-shot you out of thin air before you can do anything. And that's why I love Hob so much. But yeah. Alright. Ornn is trying to go for an engage here. It looks pretty good. This looks great. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, there's not much to say about that. He's just gonna E and E over everyone. And take note of that leap damage there, by the way. Oh, this is greedy. He should not die here. You should not die here. I mean, he should also get the kill here. But, I mean, like I'm saying, like, you gotta be extra careful into these assassin champs that just are out for your blood. And, yeah. So, I don't know if you noticed, like, in that fight, but it's very... To me, it's very noticeable, the E damage buff, right? The E actually hurts a very considerable amount. Almost as much... Or maybe not as much as the W. Maybe slightly less, but it's much more noticeable nowadays. And I don't know. People were saying like, oh, you know, these changes are just placebo buffs. They're not going to do anything. But that's exactly what people said for like the plus 10 damage on Q that they did a while back. And I mean, look where Kha'Zix was after those buffs. Like he's historically, after buffs, Kha'Zix has always been very good, even if the buffs are real small. So just because he got like a tiny buff doesn't mean that, you know, the changes aren't going to do anything. And in my opinion, like watching Qiuyi here and watching him play with the E buff, I can safely say that the E is like hitting considerably harder than it used to. So if that's the reason why Kha'Zix is S tier now, according to UGG, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Kha'Zix buffs have been feeling pretty damn solid, in my opinion. And this video is kind of confirming it for me, to be honest. But yeah. Alright, so there's basically no objective up. All the dragons coming up in 80 seconds. So it looks like we're just going to have a good old-fashioned ARAM. All mid, and see if we can do anything. Not really Kha'Zix's ideal sort of situation. Got to avoid all this burst coming out here. Finds the kill onto the Ziggs here. GA is going to proc for the Corki. Has to disengage here immediately. Yeah, well played. He only has one more cast of Void Assault, so there's not much he can do here at all. But he's going to use it wisely at the last second before it expires to find the isolated Talon and pick him up. So that's 2 kills for him there. Unfortunately, his entire team died. I really have no idea how. It was probably from, I don't know, just getting obliterated instantly. I don't know. Couldn't see what happened. But he is the last living member on the team here. Is he able to save the game here? 20-second death timers on his team. And he's going to try and go on the Corki here. Just barely misses him. Doesn't use Ignite, but that's okay. He manages to secure it. Boom. Very good stuff. And yeah, game is saved. Game is saved, I guess. I mean, I don't think they could have ended regardless, but, you know, still very nice. Okay, now he's going to fight for the Elder Dragon, which is up in 5 seconds. The TP is coming out from Ziggs in the river. Are they able to do anything? It's a 4v3 at the moment. Nope, it's a 5v3 at the moment. Talon is running from base as we speak. And he sold his boost and went for Serpent's Fang here, which is interesting. Do they have shields? Do they have shields? I want to know. I don't know who has shields, to be honest. But nevertheless, he's going to pick up Serpents. They get the Elder Dragon. EQ auto attack on the Nautilus is going to go down. Very cool. Very good stuff. And yeah, that's Elder Dragon. with 2 people down, well, Corky's respawned now. What is gonna go? What is gonna go on here? What is happening? I can't speak. Oh my god. And we're gonna try engage in the team here, but it does not look good. Oh shit. Talon. Gonna jump straight on him. Reset onto the Ziggs, kill him. Gets one shot by Corky. That's so fucking sad. Oh my god. I'm so sick of watching him get one shot by Corky. It's just such a tragedy. That would have been so clean. But you can see the sheer damage that is coming out from simply his E and the rest of his abilities, man. He's absolutely exploding people with it. And, yeah, it's just super unfortunate that he has to play against, what I'm assuming is full build. Yeah, full build Infernal Soul Corky. It really does suck. Probably one of the hardest AD carries in the game to kill. And, yeah, it's just rough. So, there's 3 down on each team. It does look like the enemy team is going to get the Baron. In terms of his build, you really can't get much better than this. You know, he has every single important item he needs at this stage of the game. The Serpents, in my opinion, is a bit... I feel like you don't need it here at all, but, you know, an extra lethality item is not going to hurt. I just probably would have run, like, Opportunity or something, or even Axiomach here. I think Axiomach is fantastic to sell your boots for, if you want to do that, that is. Because if you're fighting a lot, you'll get some very juicy ult resets, but... Oh, okay, the enemy team doesn't get Baron, which is good. Very good pick onto the Nautilus here. And that should be the Baron with that pick. Yes, looks pretty good. Nico and the Kha'Zix are going to just melt it down. Although the Talon is right there in the top tribush, so can he get the steal? No, he can't. Holy fuck. That assist double jump on the Talon into the Ziggs was fucking insane. And that is probably the game, actually. Wow, that's probably... Yeah, okay, yeah, like I was saying, he sells the Serpents, goes Sundered Sky, which is also very good. And, they still have Elder? No, they don't have Elder. They don't have Elder, but they do have Baron. And 3 are dead. Tryndamere tries to do something, doesn't work, and that's over. GG. Very insane double jump onto the Ziggs there to stop him, or to just secure that kill. And that is going to be the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed me yapping about Qiuyi and the way he plays. Go check him out. He's on YouTube. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Catch you later.